Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting. Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. An affiliate of Direct Impact Broadcasting and Creative Broadcasting, presenting the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, a show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The EmPower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Welcome to EmPower Hours with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore. I am a best-selling author with over 18 years of combined experience in education, finance, healthcare, business management, and development in sales. Owner and founder of EmPower on Purpose, LLC, where we provide leadership training, personal and professional coaching and consulting services, certified coach, speaker and trainer with the John Maxwell team, and owner of Envision Broadcasting radio station. Y'all know that I absolutely love quotes. So today's empowerment quote is, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently, by Maria Forleo. There is another saying that says, the way you do one thing is how you do everything. Here is what I'll tell you about being consistent and how it ties to your success. Consistency isn't easy. You have to figure out what works for you and do that thing, and then keep doing that thing. It's all about being disciplined. John Maxwell said, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day leads to great achievements gained slowly over time. So motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. Consistency is key for growth and transformation. Although it's not easy, it's critical for success. So if consistency is the key for success, then we have to start thinking about the habits that we can put in place to help us achieve the success we desire. If you have a personal or business goal that you want to achieve, you can't achieve it by doing something you only do one time. You have to keep doing it. In order to reach those big goals, you need time during which you must continue moving in your chosen direction. If you don't learn or if you don't hear or learn anything else from me during this segment, please hear and learn that if you want success, you absolutely must be deliberate and be consistent. You can't be consistent accidentally. It has to be deliberate, a deliberate choice you make every day. Listen, y'all. Hard work, blood, sweat, and tears requires discipline. You want to start that business, it's going to take hard work and consistency. You want to achieve those goals that you've been wanting to achieve, guess what? It's going to take hard work and being consistent. It's truly all about knowing where you want to be, creating habits, behaviors, and actions that will support you in getting there, then doing it as often as you can, intentionally and deliberately. So I'm so excited to welcome my special guest, y'all. I'm really, really excited. My guest this evening is Tanya J. Miller. Tanya J. Miller is a certified life coach with over 18 years of experience working with youth, young adults, and women throughout the community in a ministry to pursue purpose, passion, vision, and destiny. Tanya J. Miller holds a BBA in Finance and Business Management from Northwood University and an MBA from Regent University. She is a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Scrum Master and owner of Tanya J. Miller, LLC, where she's an accomplished author, motivational speaker, life coach, and leadership strategist. Welcome, Tanya. I am so excited to have you on the show this evening. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jaresha. How are you? I'm just excited to talk with you and to empower some people on purpose. So I'm ready to get going when you are, but I'm enjoying it already. And I'm already motivated and empowered from just everything I've listened to. I'm like, why she got me talking? Like, what am I going to talk about? I don't know.
Absolutely. Yes, we're going to have some fun this evening. So I just shared, some of your amazing bio. If you could just give us a little bit more about your background and just share, with the listeners a little bit more about yourself.
Absolutely. So, y'all, she has hyped me up, so I'm not sure if I can even add anymore, but I at least will tell you that my heart and what I do on purpose is to basically help people and organizations to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together so that they can do life right and they can do it well. And I do that because I want them to be able to do life and leadership unapologetically on purpose, because everybody has the reason why they were born, and that thing and reason why they were born is what I want them to figure out. Sometimes they got to uncover it. Sometimes they have to find it. But when we can drill into that, we can get them to going where they're supposed to go on purpose. So tonight, I'm going to be empowering you guys, and hopefully you leave this conversation empowered and ready to do life and leadership and your business unapologetically on purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you are truly, truly, truly amazing. And you have accomplished so many things, and I'm, just looking at your bio and, all of the amazing things that you have truly accomplished. But could you share a little bit more about how you truly got started as, an entrepreneur?
Honestly, I think it was just in me by birth. One, I think it was always part of the plan. My dad has been an entrepreneur my whole life. My mom, she was a stay-at-home mom for the bulk of my life. So I just kind of was in that, to where that life of, being able to, do life on your own terms and knowing that you were doing it on purpose, if you will, and then also making sure that family was number one. So both of those things were always an undercurrent of what I was wanting to do with my life, or how I was wanting to end things, if you will, after I left corporate America. But, I guess when I look back, I think I was a serial entrepreneur and I didn't even know it. Like, I had a small business like in 6th grade with my cousin. I have no idea why we started a cleaning business where neither one of us liked to clean. But, hey, we were trying to get some little coins over the summer, so that's what we did. But my actual next business, I actually ended up doing a nonprofit in a business 15 years ago. I'm telling my age, y'all. But in that, I ended up dissolving the nonprofit and the business, but I kept what you may see me on social media as is Talking with Tanya. I kept my blog, because originally it was an email that I sent out, because we had AOL and dial-up back then, y'all. Y'all don't even know nothing about that, but that's what we had. That was how we connected. So, yeah, I kept the blog, and so I kept that going throughout the years, but ended up like basically a point in my life where everything was being hit all at once, and I needed to take a moment back, and I needed to take my life back, and I needed to figure out how to get unstuck and back on purpose. And so in that, I started back writing, and I started literally writing to myself, I don't want anybody else to feel like this. I don't want them to be stuck and not know how to get out of their own head, not know how to jump out of life, back into life, not know how to do purpose, and definitely not know how to get their mind right. Then I was like, oh yeah, and then I want, for anybody that sees them, loves them, cares about them, and doesn't know how to reach them, to know what to say and do. And that was it. And I left it alone. I had it in my little old Sprint phone, and that was it. And then 5 years later, I got this tap on my shoulder and was like, hey, you remember that book you wrote? I was like, hold on, are you talking to me? I wrote a book? When did I write a book? They were like, oh yeah, that was a book. Like, that was a book. And so I pulled it out, found it, polished it up, ended up also adding a journal to it. And so as I was doing that, I was like, okay, so am I just going to write a book and I'm done? Like, what am I going to do? And so I had to make that decision. What am I going to do? Like, am I going to be a one-hit wonder? Am I going to really start this thing and really do it all the way on purpose? Am I going to pull everything of what I am, what I've done, and what I bring to the table? And am I going to put that out there and say, this is me? And so been public speaking feels like since I was 3. So off and on, why not add that piece? Because I've been doing this forever, 30 plus years. You know, I've been helping women, young adult, teens. 18 years, took over as a young adult, as a youth director at 17. You know, why not? You know, same thing. Here's the book, Corporate America. I'm doing project management. Basically, those same fundamental principles I can teach someone, and I can show them how to apply it to their life as well as their organization. Or even leadership to help them to come up with strategy and development. So, Tanya, you're really sitting on a gold mine. So what you gonna do? And so as I was pulling together and coming together with the book, I decided I wanted to bring all of who I was and basically elements of the nonprofit and the business I had, and start Tanya J. Miller LLC, bringing also in Talking with Tanya that had been around for 15 years. And bringing that all to the table. And so that's how I started 5 years ago, and just how y'all see me now.
Absolutely. And it's amazing. It's truly, truly amazing and very inspiring and empowering.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So you have written, and you mentioned, of course, that you started writing that book or had that book that you're like, you know what, this is a book. So tell us a little bit more, because, of course, you've written several books.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about, Tanya J. Miller as the author and the books that you have written. Yes.
So it's actually a total of 6 books, but when I look at my books, I look at them as projects, because whenever I do a project, I feel like the book is me kind of speaking to you, empowering you, motivating, inspiring you. But to me, that's not enough. I want you to apply it and do the work, because, you may not ever work with me as a coaching client. It may not be something in your budget or just something you have the time to do, but I can still get you and hit you right where you are at and help you to figure out the puzzle pieces through a journal or a guide or a workbook. And so that's what I decided to do as another way for me to fulfill my purpose, is when I'm doing my books as an author, I'm still having some aspect of coaching as well, because I want to help you wherever you're at. And so the first book, as I mentioned before, it's Mind Matters. It's basically talking to you about getting out of your head, jumping back into life, because sometimes you get stuck, and I want to help you to figure out how to get unstuck and back on purpose. And now, more than ever, with how 2020 has been, a whole lot of people can be stuck and not know where to go. But if you can figure out how to get unstuck and back on purpose, which is what I talk about in the book, you can get your mind right, which is the name of the journal. And so the journal is what I talk to you, literally actionable steps, promptings, ponderings. My friends say I be like asking those questions that snatch your edges and clutch pearls, because it's like you hold your breath like I chopped them in the throat. I said, I don't do that. They were like, yes, you do. I said, no, don't say that. But that's what they be claiming. And so you might get that, hence the title, Get Your Mind Right, in the journal.
Right.
The second project is called Things My Mama Said, and it's about love and life, the love of our mom, trying to teach us how to do life right and well. So there's 20 sayings. You from Ohio, Jaresha, or this girl right here is from Texas, and people from Texas know that there's different regions, and East Texas is still one of the country's regions in Texas, and so that's where my family is from. So a lot of that wisdom, generation to generation, has continued to get passed down. Hence, some of these sayings that literally have you like, well, what does that mean? Like, what? Hey, I'm going to tell you the saying, I'm going to tell you the story, but I'm going to tell you the life lesson that we learned. And so it's that's the book, Things My Mama Said. And then, because of it, I'm just up here, folks be like, Tanya, that's nice. I understand that you're trying to teach them, but what if that doesn't work? It's okay, I got you. I got a whole prayer journal so you can pray over them children. Yes. So just you can get it together, and you can leave them alone, and you can leave with God. So I did a prayer journal for that with and so that's the second project. The third project that I did, it's actually a mini book. It's called the Pro Series, and basically it's just reminding you that there's a pro in you, and the reason that there's a pro in you is because there's already provision in you, and that provision is called purpose. So when you know that you are doing this thing called life on purpose, you are a pro at it because it's your life. And so I did a book and I did a guide for that, and I have a fourth one coming out, but You know, I'm always writing, honestly. Like, I'm always thinking of something. There's actually a pastor, Stephen Furtick, on the Elevation. He said something in a message one day that he was like, yeah, I have just a whole bunch of Google Docs in my phone with different promptings and stuff. I was like, oh my God, I'm not by myself. Like, I have so many like promptings, and I wake up in the middle of the night, or I'm driving somewhere, and I throw this, like, this is a book title. So I'm like, okay, I'm not by myself. I'm not the only nerd. So yeah, so, you know, that's how, you know, as far as the author, like, literally, you know, it might not come all together at once, but at least if you have a piece of it, if you have something where you want to start, you'll get it, and you'll know when it's time to put it out there. That's
right. Go ahead, James.
No, I was just saying that's just, you know, something for that person that's trying to figure out what to write or how to do it, is just get started. Like, just put it out there and just get going, because there's going to be the different ones that are part of the process that'll do their job. Your job is just to write it.
That's right. That is so good. That is so good. And I have to say that I'm with you with, you know, just throwing different things, different notes, and, you know, like I call it, like a brain dump. How you just get those ideas and just kind of, you know, put it out there and throw it in a Google Doc, or, you know, I use Evernote. And so it just sits there for a second. But yes, you know, when you pick those back up, and it just makes sense, you know, for different things that you can write to really empower others. So you said that, you know, of course, you love helping, you know, you love helping people, and you lead strategically with power, authority, and confidence in every area of your life. Or simply put, you'll help people to define their purpose so they can release their passion, set out of their vision, pursue destiny. Can you share just a little bit more about what that truly means to you, and how you know, really try to help others with that?
So for me, when I look at purpose, passion, vision, and destiny, it's the foundation. And I don't care if it's the foundation of your life, it's the foundation of how you want to be a leader, it's the foundation of your business or your organization. Like, you have to have those pillars. You have to know almost literally your who, what, where, and why. That's what many may refer to it as, but this is how I look at it. And so when you are able to do that, you're able to build a solid and steady foundation, and know not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it, and then where you're trying to go, and how it's going to continue to take you there further. And so that's what I do, you know, as I help and I work with you to discover it. Because believe it or not, it's a whole bunch of people that do not know their purpose, let alone what they're passionate about, because they've been doing life for so many other people. You know, I diagnose it, meaning I may literally sometimes I may just listen to you. I may, you know, kind of watch you even, or, you know, may kind of do like some different questionnaires or assessments, and kind of just, you know, discern and kind of see what you're not saying, or or even speak back to you, or show you what you're doing, and you don't even realize it's what you're doing. And so that's a part of the diagnosing, if you will. And then the developing that's kind of, to me, even where I go with the division of it. Like, okay, this is everything I've seen. This is everything you actually realize is in you. What do we do with that now? And where do you want to go? And that's whether it's an individual, an organization, and I'm talking with them about their leadership. I'm talking to them about how to develop their organization, you know, because you have to figure out, okay, this is all great. I know my why, but you have to get from why to there, you know. And so that's the destiny, but the in between is the vision. And so that's why I'm developing, you know, and talking with you, you know, what's possible, you know, what can you do, like, you know, what's, you know, do you need to save some money, you know, other things like that. Like, you know, do we need to, you know, do some additional trainings with the leadership because they need to come up a level? Do we need to build out a mentorship framework? So that's where that comes from. And it's just my heart, you know, it's just my passion, because, you know, I know you are under John Maxwell, and he is amazing, and I study him as well, but I also studied the late Dr. Miles Monroe, and literally my heart, purpose, and leadership is like, yes. And so, you know, when you become a student of something, that literally is it's because it's your heart and it's your life. And so as a student, I'm always trying to teach someone as well, because I don't just want to hold it all in. I want to get something back.
Absolutely. And I just to piggyback on that, I definitely, everything that you were saying, I was inside saying, yes, 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 because that is a passion of mine as well. And when you, connect with like-minded people and you can speak the same language, it's just something that, it just really, it just does something to you. It truly does, because it's all about really trying to add value, to other people. And that don't even recognize that they have greatness inside. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, yes. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes you just put the mirror up and you're done. You did your whole session. You can get, it's like, we can keep going, but here's the mirror. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yes. And so, of course, we talked on this a little bit, throughout the evening so far, but I love that you are such a creative, soul, and how, your passion is so strong for empowering others with purpose. Can you go just a little bit more into your biggest mission right now? Just so, if you were to put it plain, like, you know what, this is my biggest mission right now, what would that look like?
Basically, it's the first thing where I say to help you figure out how to fit it together, the puzzle pieces, because literally so many people are lost. So many people, like you said, they don't even see what's in them. And so if I can help you to fit it together, if I can help you to figure out how to fit it out, if I can help you to make sense out of, the unexpected, the unplanned that we're dealing with, the unwanted that's happening, the noise, if I can help you to still figure out how to fit it together and help it make sense and help you to do it on purpose, help you to find your way, help you to navigate through all of this, I'm doing my part. And I know right now, especially, it's very important because a lot of people are in a maze, a lot of people are in darkness, a lot of people are lost. And so if I can help you, if I can get you to understand that you can't stay here, you can't stay stuck, we can figure out how to fit this, that's it, especially right now, is what I'm doing and what I'm hoping to accomplish with so many people, whether it's through my social media, whether it's through working with me directly, whether it's through podcast interviews. That is my heart, especially right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's shift just a little bit and talk more about, you and your business and some of your goals and challenges and accomplishments. So what would you say has been the biggest accomplishment for you up to this point?
This is always a difficult question for me because you said it up to this point, because that is exactly it. Like, I feel like accomplishments and success are only gauged based upon the last one. And because we're always striving, if we're the type of people we are, we're always striving to go higher, to go, to the next level, to learn, to go where we're supposed to go with destiny. So it's like, I guess I can say based upon today, like what it is, it's just hard. But, honestly, I don't think I would be sitting here today when, after finally making the decision to publish the first project, that I would be 3 projects in and having a 4th one. And, it was major, to even do the one and to know that people actually, lives are being changed. It's like, that's what you're doing, but it's a completely different way when people are signing up for your coaching packages and they're giving testimonies, which I'm sure you get, when people are asking and wanting you to come speak. It's different when you ask them, but when they're wanting you to come speak, that's a major thing. And so for me, is to know people, are getting something out of what I write and they're asking for more. So I would say at this point in time, today, that's what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So then on the flip side of that, what would you say has been maybe a challenge that you have faced up to this time?
And this is probably, I guess, the lesson for any person that's in business. I would say the challenge has always been, especially when you are not able to actually have your team on board and you're starting out, and so you don't have a team, it's just you, is finding the right vendors and people that you've outsourced to and getting those in relationships and maintaining them. Because it's that's I can tell you, especially if you're starting out, that is key, because it can change things, like getting the right people that believe, even if they're not. To me, it's like this: I know you're not literally a part of my team and part of my payroll, but I need you to speak the same language when I'm giving you a project and an assignment, or we get in a contract to do some work. Like, I need you to speak it and understand my heart, because that's what I feel I do for my clients. And so definitely I would say that has been a challenge, because sometimes not everybody, that saying, not everybody's able to go where you're going. And so, some of those relationships, even though they're contractors or consultants, they shift because they were only to serve you at that level, and now you're at a different level, and now you have to seek more. So, that's advice, and that is definitely, I would say probably the biggest challenge is that support system that is the extended part of you in your business.
And that's so good, because as you mentioned, that is so real, so true, that when you are starting out, it's really
tough. Amen, y'all. like, I'm with you.
You better say that. Yes. It is. I mean, I'm not going to say that there's not other challenges, because we both know that it comes with many, many challenges. And that's not to discourage anyone from moving forward. But it really is, because not everybody is going to support you. And that does not mean that's your cue to stop. You know what I'm saying? That you have to keep moving. And, and like you said, when you move to another level, everyone is not meant to go with you to the next level. And we have to be okay with them, whoever that is or whatever that looks like, being okay with them to be wherever they're at. So absolutely, yes, you have an absolute amen on that. Yes. So what's the one thing that you would say that when you started out your business, what's the one thing you wish you had have known when you started your business?
I guess I would wish, and it's not that I didn't know it, but it's just, as much as you guys hear me talking now, your girl is an introvert, like on for real. And so I guess I just wish I would have known to put that aside more, or try to work through it more in the beginning, because, I was just like, well, I just, just read the, no, I don't want to you want me to come talk about, no. So, and I'm just like, I'm good if I'm coming as your speaker, but, So, or even just the networking part. Like, I'm an introvert, y'all. Like, I'm weird, and I know that about myself. And you probably like, Tanya, you lie. No, I am. I know that. And so that has always been the thing, like, balancing my weirdness and stuff. So, I definitely would say that I have become more intentional now as I've gotten further in my business and being more, because it's like, because people are like, were you afraid? I'm like, no, that's why I said I'm weird, because no, I'm not. No, I'm not, because it would be funny, like, my friend was like, no, listen, you might not want her to talk, like, listen, you might want her to stay quiet. And so that would be the thing. It's like, because I am literally, and I think it's just because I'm a servant leader. Like, I don't have to lead. My leadership comes from serving, because I'm good in the background, but I realized that wasn't my assignment either, though. That wasn't my purpose. I was supposed to be out here because I had way more that I was supposed to do in this aspect than what I was doing behind the scenes. And so I literally had to work my way into shaking that introvertness off. Like, okay, you're not back there no more. Come on. Go shake hands. Go hug babies. Stuff like that. So it's like, okay, all right. So yes, I wish I would have realized that I had to put that introvertness down much earlier.
Absolutely. Yes. That's good. That's so good, though, because there's so many introverts, that are out there that it is fear that is truly, leading the way for them to get up and really either connect or speak or even networking. And so that's good. That's really good to be able to hear from another introvert that says, you know what, you have to, kind of put that to the side for your purpose, because this is something that you truly passionate about, and you recognize that you needed to step up to the plate to own that, even as an introvert. So absolutely. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So today I shared the empowerment quote, which simply stated, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently, by Maria Forleo. Can you share what this means to you?
That she's saying that it's intentional and that you don't, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's literally with much effort, much time, much sacrifice before you ever get to the reward. It won't be an occasional type thing like, okay, yeah, I'm successful now. Like, no, you actually will be required to do something to get it, and it won't necessarily happen the first time or the second or the third. But once you put something in, even if it doesn't come the way you expected it, you'll even feel and know that it's success because it's what you did and you worked to accomplish. So, yeah, she was right, y'all.
Yes,
she got a whole word. She got a whole word.
Yes, she did. She sure did, didn't she? That's so good. I love quotes. I really do. I just think that they are designed to really help us and empower us every single day. So, yeah, that was good. Thank you definitely for sharing that. So what would you say has been the best advice you have ever received, and who gave it to you?
My mother, my mama. Hence, I got a whole book about her. But, it was one of those things that she made it a point to teach us, show us, and live it at an early age, which was, you are who you are supposed to be. Like, she put it in us, like, we're not supposed to be this person over there. We're not supposed to be that person over there. We're not supposed to, if there's something wrong with us, we're made exactly we good. You are who you're supposed to be. And then that advice, it has literally echoed through everything. That's probably why I didn't fall for no peer pressure, because I was the girl, I have to tell y'all this story, and this is not business related, but I was the girl, early on, a little boy would be like, oh, I love you. I was the chick that was like in 6th grade talking, you don't even know what love is. Boy, bye. I don't love you. Like, it was that confidence in knowing myself and the surety, because I knew me, that I couldn't, I couldn't fall for anything. You know what I mean? And so I might be talking about it as my personal life, but it's the same thing when it comes to your purpose. It's the same thing when it comes to your business. Like, when you know what your business is, you have the confidence about it to be able to go apply for that SBA loan, or go get that crisis relief money, to make those offers, to pitch yourself, to give that elevator speech, because you know the surety of who you are, because it's who you're supposed to be. Your business is what it's supposed to be. The life that you've created is what it's supposed to be. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's still you. And you own that. And so that has always been what's resonated, and it's what, a principles that I teach people even today. So she all up in the mix. She all up in.
And that's good. That is so good, because I definitely think, from being a mother myself, and then, of course, my mother has given me so much great advice and continues to this day. And so I definitely think that, we need to listen to our mamas, y'all. We definitely need to listen to our mothers, because they definitely, are full of wisdom. Absolutely. That was awesome. So, of course, we've, kind of talked a little bit about, of course, what's going on with, what's going outside of our houses with the crisis and everything else. And everyone has truly been impacted in some kind of way. Could you share, maybe how you have been impacted, how you and your business have been impacted by the crisis?
Yeah, definitely. Number one, as a author, sometimes you have book signings. Well, I literally, it was no lie, the peak of the crisis, like the very beginning when they were starting to say they may close things down, I had a book signing, and so I was talking to my my booking manager because she booked it for me. And I was like, can you call them? Because I have any friends. So can you call them and find out if they're still wanting me to come? Is it okay? Is it happening? And so literally that was the last book signing I had. And I had at least 3 or 4 more that were booked. So they were all canceled or postponed. Yeah. So that was one way. And then I had speaking engagements as well. That, you're like, okay. And so I had to be like, okay, am I going to be down in the dumps, or am I going to find a way to pivot and to use what is in me, which is my purpose, and to be creative, to adjust, to shift, and still to be able to deliver what I'm assigned and what I'm responsible to do. And so, people have caught me on, guest appearances on Facebook and Instagram lives of some different organizations or individuals. They've caught me in online virtual summits. They've caught me on podcast interviews like the one I'm doing with you today. So I've figured a way to pivot that. And then as well, just my message of some of the things that I talk about and write about, I've given more, because I do videos, but I also do posts. I've started to do posts recently, kind of to specifically talk to people for where they're at right now in the middle of where we're at. So last week I did 7 days of mind matters, and I gave points of reflection, and then I gave actions, because like I told you, I'm going to put you to work. You can't just read it like, oh, it was nice, I'm going to make you work. And then this week, and then I did some videos in my stories, and then this week I'm doing 7 days of Get Right. And so kind of the same thing, pointing you to a reflection, pointing you to something to think about, and then calling to mind, okay, what do I do about this? How do I use this time that I have and to process that, to work on me and to really, get my life, get my business, get my organization, be a better leader, be a better mom, be a better friend, all those different areas that may impact you in one way or multiple. And so, if, even shifting the message, because right now sometimes, people need that message. They don't necessarily need 7 ways to, shop online, not shop, what I'm saying? They don't need some stuff that's not pivotal, not key right now. They need stuff that's going to help them hold on, that's going to keep them encouraged, that's going to empower them to be able to know they can make it through with their business, even if it's gotten lighter. They can make it through, they can figure out a way to stay inspired, even though all them kids at home with them and they about to lose their mind, and so I just realized I needed to pivot and provide who I am and the purpose of what I do in a different way, so that I can still accomplish what my assignment is for my business.
That's good. And that's so good for, those other, entrepreneurs and business owners to hear, because, of course, everyone that's listening, you don't know what kind of business they have and how truly they've been impacted. But even the ones that, like you mentioned, that don't have a businesses, and, they may be still fearful and really needing almost like an outlet, somewhere to connect to get that reassurance. And I love the fact that you have, not just giving them a message, but okay, here's some action items that you need to, you need to take this action. I love that, because that's something that I do as well, is, not just give them the information, but you have homework. you got to work on this as well. So that's good.
We wouldn't be coaches for nothing, okay? Listen.
That's right.
We got to put you to work.
Yes, and it's for them, So and truly, they see.
We just want to see you better.
Yes. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's so good. Yes. So, what would you say if you could give just one piece of advice that you would give to the listeners on how they could empower their own growth and success journey? What would that be?
Just know that this is why you were born. This is why you're here. This is why you're here at this particular time, in this particular era, this particular season. You weren't born in 1800. You weren't born in 1900s. You were born now. And so your time, your reason, your essence, your purpose for being here is now. And so because it's now, find that reason and find a way to live your life, to live your reason, your purpose for being here, because that's what success looks like. It doesn't look like anybody else's, and when I say that, I'm not saying I'm a coach and Jaresha's a coach, but Jaresha and what she does it well, and she reaches who she reaches, and vice versa. That doesn't mean we can cross-collaborate and work together, but at the same time, there's no competition because who is called to her is who is called to her. And so that's what I'm saying success is. When you are owning your life and you're owning all of why you're here, then you've done your purpose and you're fulfilling your each level, and you're going to each and the next of success. So live here in your time on purpose and be the success that you were born to be.
Absolutely. That's good. That's so good. So if you could share with the listeners what's coming up on the horizon for you, any big plans that you may have for the future for you or your business?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned, I don't know, there's a fourth project coming out. It's called Motivated Effort, hence the M and the E, because it all starts with you. It's an inside job. And so that project is coming out real soon. Haven't decided if I want to do it as a virtual with everything going on, or do I want to wait to do it in an actual book signing event and stuff, but that is coming out this year. And I haven't decided if I want to release another project before the year is out, but like I said, I'm always writing. And then, of course, there's continuous podcast interviews that I'm always on, especially now with us being virtual. So definitely look out and check me out on my social media. I share clips of those things, and then I'm also on speaking engagements as well. So that's always in the horizon and stuff, and what I'm working on. And never know, I'll release an online class or something. It's always something, like you said, we keep our notes, and when it hits, we put it down, and when it's time for execute, we execute. And everybody be like, how do you come up with that? Voila, magic.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you're truly amazing, and I have truly enjoyed, you sharing some of your story and your journey. If you can just take the time now and, tell everyone how they can stay connected with you and support your efforts.
Absolutely. And if I don't say it and I haven't said it, thank you for allowing me to be on the EmPower Hour and just do what you already do, but come alongside you and add some sugar to your tea. So thank you. But definitely, because Texas, they like sweet tea. Yeah. Anywho, I am on social media under Talking with Tanya. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. You can definitely get the books and the journals at my direct link, shop.tanyajmiller.com. You'll also find message merch. Basically, that's message merch that reinforces a message on purpose. So you'll find message tees, message hoodies, message buttons. I fell in love with buttons, y'all. So there's a lot on there. Message stickers and different items that, again, reinforce a message. And if you connect actually with me and join the fam at bit.ly, all caps, join fam, you get 20% off your first order at shop.tanyajmiller.com. Then I also have, as I mentioned, online classes on life and leadership. Some are actually free. Yes, I did say that. Free, $3.99. And that's at school.tanyajmiller.com. And then just at the website, tanyajmiller.com. All the links are there, but that's where you can get information on coaching. You can get information on strategy sessions, information if you want to have me for a speaking engagement as well. But also if you want to get the books, they're on Amazon. I won't be mad. The books are there in print, digital, and audio. I'm an audio girl, so I can't not have an audio. And then the journals are there in print. So like I said, check me out. Definitely, I'm here to help you to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together, and just being able to come alongside this single mompreneur and do what she does, which is to empower as she does her thing as a certified Maxwell Life. Did y'all catch her credit, y'all, at the beginning? If you didn't, don't play, because she's not coming to play. Listen, when you put that type of investment, you coming to do it on a whole nother level. So she is the real deal, and she is not just empowering you through this podcast, but she is helping you to get your life and your business together. So y'all check her out and really connect, follow, like, all of that. Show Jaresha as much love that she gives to you guys for free through this podcast. So give her the love and the support.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are so amazing. Absolutely. I have truly enjoyed, truly enjoyed, our conversation this evening. My goodness, this has been amazing. So I thank you again so much for, being on the show. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And I just want to add, I love sweet tea. I know you mentioned it was a Texas. I know it's a South thing. And I am in Ohio, but I love, and it's not just sweet tea. I love Southern sweet tea because there is a difference.
Come on home.
There is a
come
true
on
difference.
home. Come on home to Texas. Listen, just come on home. It's time. It's time. Y'all, we talked about this when we came on. It's time for her to come home.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's right. You better say that. Yes, absolutely. But it has been amazing. I truly just wish you much success and blessings as you continue on your journey. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So listeners, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show with our special guest, Tanya J. Miller. Tanya J. Miller shared her amazing story and journey to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, starting your own radio show on low-cost advertising, highlighting your book, business, or events, please email envisionb@empoweronpurpose.com. Please tune in next week where you will hear an amazing story and journey from another leader, influencer, and motivator. Until next time, be blessed.
Thank you for listening to the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journeys in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to be your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit EmPowerOnPurpose.com. And remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.